The 5 red lights are out and we are underway here at Austria for round 15 of the championship. Here comes Giovanni Rubio to the inside, and he actually clears into corner number 1. How about the CSS Motorsports car? Slides into the first position. Out of the first corner, Giovanni Rubio to the lead. What an impressive move that was. Now here comes the Red Bull Racing Junior team car to the inside. Shoka Makinahara gets the run off of corner number 2 as they headed up the hill, and they're almost making contact right now, side by side. Will they make it into the corner cleanly? Yes, Makinahara, the pole sitter, slides into the first spot. What an energizing battle that was off the rip. So this was just a moment ago. Camden Parker running in the 10th spot, qualified 8th, fell back 2 spots. Just loses control on the outside curbing. Car snaps around on him, and he's able to continue, but he stalled, so he lost a lot, and I mean a lot of ground. He went from 10th all the way back to 18th. So only 3 cars behind him right now. Not how he wanted to start his race. Here's another look. This is on board Camden Parker. Goes down to the braking zone. We saw a lot of people in practice actually go all the way out there and then cut back in to minimize their lap time. And it looked like that's what Camden Parker was doing there. I wouldn't recommend doing that so early into a run, because things like that can happen, but he was obviously trying to get a little bit better lap time to catch up to those 2 spots that he lost, and just made a mistake. One last look at it here. This will give a better angle of it. You can see how he's turning left to go on the curbs. He doesn't actually go all the way. He goes about halfway onto the curbs, and then right here the car just snaps around on him. Those curbs, despite being how bumpy they are, or I guess it's the bumps that kick your car around, they are pretty slippery as well, especially early on into these runs before the tire mod can really do its work. And just an unfortunate situation there for Camden Parker. He won't be too happy about that, but he's got a fast race car. Hopefully, or at least he did in qualifying. Hopefully he can get back up and regain some of those positions before the end of this thing. This is the battle for the 4th spot between Lotus Coughlin and the number 88 of William Tucker. Tucker right to the back end of Coughlin, sends it to the inside. Not enough of a move there. 72 makes it out of the corner okay. 88 of William Tucker still right tucked in right behind that 72 machine. Down into the braking zone. To the inside goes William Tucker. Not enough of a move there, but the 72 actually goes wide, and that's going to leave the door wide open for the 88 as he slots through and goes into the 4th spot. How about that for William Tucker? The battle for the lead is now actually heating up a bit. Shoka Makinahara has led every lap since the start of this race. Giovanni Rubio now closing in on that 7 machine, has been ticking faster laps as the 7 actually goes a bit wide there. You can see how much wider the 7 went. I'm not sure if that was an issue with the tires. They shouldn't be degrading that quickly, especially into a run like this, but we're seeing it right now. Here comes the number 10 machine. A big run to the rear end of the 7. The 7 misses the corner again, and the 10 of Giovanni Rubio waking up early here as he passes for the 1st spot, and into the lead goes the CSS Motorsports car of Giovanni Rubio. Take a look at just how far back Giovanni is from Shoko as they go into the corner, into the left-hander. You can see the 7 actually misses that corner as well, and I'm not sure if it is a tire thing or something is malfunctioning on the 7, but you can see she just misses a couple of corners, and the number 10 machine wraps the bottom and gets by and starts to pull away. Already a 5-second gap between the 2. So it could be something's wrong with the 7 car. Trying to go by. Oh, and a big crash here, and that's the leader. Giovanni Rubio has had a massive accident, and that may be his hopes of becoming a winner this season up in smoke. Take another look here, side by side with the lapped car of Camden Parker. Going by side. Oh, and the two make contact, and that is not how you want to end your day. And a big hit into the wall. Suspension destroyed. Rubio out. On board with Camden Parker through this. I don't think Camden really did anything wrong there. No, Giovanni kind of came over a bit, but I mean, I guess I should say it's competition. You know, Camden is trying to fight to stay on the lead lap, and he actually goes off the track and hits the wall here too. His car is destroyed. So both cars taken out in this crash. Just an unfortunate set of circumstances there. Camden had only made up 2 spots since he spun out earlier in the race. And there's the contact. It looks like it was just a racing deal. Camden was coming down to try and, I don't know, maybe pinch the 10 car. And he didn't realize that at the same time the 10 car was actually coming up the racetrack. And it spun the 10 completely around. At this point, the 10 is fine, but he's going to go backwards into the guardrail right here. Heavy contact with the rear end of the car. Rips the right rear wheel off of the car, sends it up into the air just a bit there. Lands back down on the ground. Just an unfortunate set of circumstances there. And that will take Giovanni Rubio out of contention. He has to wait another race to try and bid for his first win of the season. And that one's got to sting for sure. Camden Parker and Giovanni Rubio make contact. Battling to stay on the lead lap was Camden Parker. And both cars end up on the wrong side of that one. We'll be back after this. This is the battle for the 5th spot between Lotus Coughlin and the 77 of Chris Britza. And Chris Britza actually ended up getting the spot here, so this is a replay. Down into the corner, the 72 and the 77, same line. We saw the 72 go wide in that corner earlier, and that's why she lost the spot. Doesn't seem like she lost the spot there. Down into the left-hander. Everything's going fine. The 77 closes a bit, makes the move into the braking zone. The 72 shuts the door. But then right there, the 77 pulls out. Still not enough of a move. And look at that move to the inside. Almost? No, not quite yet. 77 and 72 are battling for this one. And down into the final corner, side by side. And there's where the pass happens. What a move that was by Chris Britza to get the 5th spot away from Lotus Coughlin. So this is just a moment ago. UP Motorsports, Kyle Reed gets on the grass, loses control hard into the tire wall. And that will be him out of the 15th spot. On board with Kyle. He's making it through the corners well. And then just gets on the edge of the curb, or gets on the grass, whichever came first. And hard into the tire wall on the inside. And that takes him out of contention. Second full course caution of the day is out, and it happens for Kyle Reed. We'll be back after these short messages. We saw this strategy not quite work out for drivers like Tommy Shell Jr., who tried it earlier this season, but a much bigger gap to second place now. Marcus Rubens and his team may have just pulled off the strategy of a lifetime. Rubens comes out in the lead, and there's Maki Kitagawa just in the distance there. Back to full power now is the 83 machine. A big run coming from the 7 machine, though. Around the outside, makes the pass for the lead. Will Rubens challenge? To the outside, tries to go right up to the rear end. Now they're actually side by side coming down the straightaway, so here comes Rubens back for that first spot. Side by side for the lead here. The 7 defending as aggressively as ever. Down into the braking zone. The 83 has the line. They close up just a little bit. The 7 goes wide. Oh, and it looks like the 83 may have stalled there. Lost a lot of momentum to the number 7 car, and now a good 6-7 car lengths in between the two. Let's see if this 83 can make it back on those newer tires. I believe he can. He's got a very good chance of doing it here. Right up to the rear end of the 7 car, looks to the outside. Not enough of a move there to hold it. He now looks back to the inside. Down into the right-hander, Maki Kitagawa blocks that. What a battle this is for the first spot. And what a strategy play by the 83 team. So this is now the battle for the second spot. Iraha Igarashi in the green car, the number 14 machine looking to the inside in corner number 1. What a move, and she takes the second spot away. Take another look, this is on board. Down into corner number 1. Rubens defends to the outside, but then the 14 just sends it super deep into the corner. Oh, wow. Gets over the curbs just a bit there, but completes the pass. What a move that was. And now Maki Kitagawa hounding the 83 for the third spot. Trying to put this 83 team off of a podium spot to the inside. That 83 really is defending. He wants that spot, but Maki Kitagawa's got the faster car. Lets her by on the inside, and Maki Kitagawa starts to pull away. And this is going to be a hard-fought battle for the lead. The number 14 machine of Iraha Igarashi has been catching up to the 7 machine these past couple laps. Maki Kitagawa looking to turn her season around after that basically wins worth of points taken away from her earlier in the season at Car Jump Arena, a couple races prior. Looking to rebound with a win here, but Igarashi wants to get that second win of the season, and she is closing in very quickly on that 7 car. Still just a car length in between the two as they head down into the heavy braking zone where we've seen many passes happen today. Maki Kitagawa makes the move to the inside from Iraha Igarashi, and she takes the first spot away. How about that move? And it looked like the 7 was going to defend, but just missed the exit, and the 14 slides into the first spot. Take a look at how this one happened, on board with the 14 machine. Looks to the outside for a second. And it looks like the 7 makes the corner, but then just goes wide. Not sure what that was all about. But regardless, the 14 will definitely take it. Slides into the first spot here at the end of this one. Oh, big crash out of the final corner. And the full course caution will fly. That is Tommy Schell Jr. in the number 9 machine. Second week in a row that he has had an accident. And that will bring out the full course caution. And that will change about everything it can. Here's another look from our stationary. Drivers going by. And the 9 car just gets offline. And a massive impact into the tire wall. Here's a look on board. Down into the right-hander. Oh, gets on the curb. That is about the 3rd time today that someone who's got on the curbs got loose and got into the wall. Or at least spun out, and that is an unfortunate end to what was shaping up to be a pretty good day for the Tommy Schell Jr. machine. Here it is one more time. Around the outside. He's going to turn in here. And then right here gets A little bit wide on the outside curbing. Skates off the track. And at this point, there's no gathering up the car. Overcorrects, spins the other direction. And this will be a hard impact into the outside wall. Oof. Head on. Destroys the front end of the car. Rear suspension all torn up. And takes the 9 car out of contention. And we will have a 2-lap shootout. And this will be the 2 laps to go. Green flag is back in the air here at Austria. And this is going to be a really fun battle to the end. Ira Igarashi looking to hold off the number 7 of Makinahara. It's 1, 2, 3 under a blanket here as they come into the first couple of corners. Corners 2 and 3 are up next as they go up the hill. Maki Kitagawa already on the back of that number 7 machine. Will the 7 defend? Yes, she does. Moves to the outside to cut that move off. Coming to the inside now goes the number 53 machine of Maki Kitagawa. Side by side for the second spot. Does the 53 complete? Goes to the outside. Not quite enough of a run. They're about dead even, but now she moves into the second spot. The question now is going to be, can Kitagawa in that number 53 machine make it to the 14? I mean, she has made up a lot of ground already within about 3 car lengths of that number 14 machine. But a little bit slow out of these corners. We'll have to see if she can, in fact, catch up. I'm sure she can. But that Igarashi car is going to be very, very defensive on this final lap. Coming down into the right-hander braking zone. Wow, the number 7 car goes really wide through there. All 3 cars closing up now. Does Maki Kitagawa have a run to the inside? I believe she actually has a wheel there. Oh, man, and Igarashi defending very aggressively into corner number 1. Holds that first spot. The number 7 now looking for a move on the 53. Once again, the 53 starts to pull away, though. That 7 cannot exit corners very well. So Maki has that peace of mind, but on the straights, that 7 car is very, very fast. And under braking as well. You can see how fast that 7 car closes under braking, but then out of the corner, it's lights out for the 53 car. Speaking of the 53 car, still 3 car lengths in between the 2 at the front. We've seen this pass happen a couple of times. Into the corner, does it happen? No, Maki Kitagawa still in that second spot. The 14 car trying to defend, but she's there now. To the outside goes Maki Kitagawa, and she's going to have the inside line into the corner. Side by side for the first spot. She's going to force Igarashi to go a bit wide, and Maki Kitagawa will take over the first spot. Oh, they almost make contact. Maki Kitagawa starts to pull away now. What a move that was for the first spot. Igarashi falls back to second. Down into the final couple of corners. Already celebrating is that 53 machine. Weaving back and forth. And out of the final corner, Maki Kitagawa puts on an incredible display in the last 2 laps. And she will put on a clinic of a comeback. And Maki Kitagawa will win in Austria. Igarashi second, Makinahara third.